राष्ट्र तब सशक्त होगा जब हम एक रहेंगे, नेक रहेंगे, तभी नेक रहेंगे। बटेंगे तो कटेंगे, बटेंगे तो कटेंगे, एक रहेंगे तो नेक रहेंगे।
हमें याद रखना है, अगर हम बटेंगे तो बांटने वाले महफिल सजाएंगे।
भारत में भारत के लिए जिम्मेवार समाज कौन सा है? वो हिंदू समाज है, क्योंकि भारत हिंदू देश है, हिंदू राष्ट्र है। समाज में सबके मन में एक दूसरे के प्रति सद्भावना, आत्मीयता चाहिए। ये वातावरण उत्पन्न करना पड़ता है, वैसा व्यवहार होना चाहिए।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard the call for Hindu consolidation by Prime Minister Modi, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, and finally RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat. The message is loud and clear and unambiguous. Batenge to katenge. Of course, we can look at this through the narrow prism of communal politics for the electoral gains. Alternatively, it can be seen as a larger movement of Hindustan reclaiming its historical legacy. Is consolidation of Hindus a negative and divisive pitch, or is it a call to unite the people of Hindustan, breaking the shackles of caste and creed? Not just now, but look at the history of the BJP and Sangh, from the Ram Mandir movement to Citizenship Amendment Act to Uniform Civil Code. The saffron surge over the last decade has paid rich political dividends for the BJP. Is this why this has raised the hackles of the opposition? After Mohan Bhagwat's latest call for Hindu Samaj to remain united, watch how Asaduddin Owaisi and the India Alliance partners lash out at not just the RSS chief but also the BJP for dividing India, while Akhilesh's party claims that it's RSS warning to BJP. Listen in to the war of words.
न भारत के हिंदुओं को खतरा है, न भारत के मुसलमानों को कोई खतरा है। हाँ, एक खतरा भारत के मुसलमानों को, हिंदुओं को किससे है? नरेंद्र मोदी और मोहन भगवत से खतरा है।
Self-appointed ठेकेदार्स of Hindu religion, they are in power for the last 10 years, and suddenly Hindus are endangered, are threatened. By whom? And yes, Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Dalits, tribals, everybody is threatened by unemployment, by price rise, by crimes against women, by overall disharmony in the society. Are they not worried about that? In fact, they are guilty for this disharmony.
पहले आरएसएस इसका मुखिया, बीजेपी या एनडीए की सरकारें कैसे चलती हैं, उसका निर्देश नागपुर से आता था। अब जो केंद्र में जो दो महानुभाव बैठे हुए हैं, उनके पैरों में आरएसएस पड़ा हुआ है। वो ये बात कर रहे हैं कि जो हिंदू आरएसएस के हाथ से निकलकर दो लोगों के हाथ में आ गया है, वो अपनी तरफ बुलाना चाह रहे हैं।
While the opposition accuses BJP of being divisive, let's take a look at their own track record on NewsHour Fact Check. When Rahul Gandhi calls for a caste census, is it to unite India or divide? His close confidant Sam Pitroda said East Indians look like Chinese, West Indians look like Arabs, North Indians look like white people, and people of the South look like Africans. Is this uniting India or dividing it? The niece of Congress's Salman Khurshid, senior leader, called for a vote jihad against the BJP, and finally, DMK member of Parliament Senthil Balaji on the floor of the Lok Sabha called the Hindi heartland as Gau Mutra states. All of these statements, are they uniting India or dividing? Ironically, these are the very parties which call the BJP as the only divisive force in India. So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question we're asking on the NewsHour tonight: who's crushing idea of one India? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the NewsHour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining me on the debate tonight, Dr. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, scientist, political commentator, Tehseen Poonawala, supporter of the Congress party, political analyst, Vivek Srivastava, political analyst. But my first question goes to Waris Pathan, national spokesperson of the AIMIM and soon to be a very close partner of Tehseen Poonawala in the Maha Vikas Aghadi.
No. They are partners with BJP. You see on this show, they'll both polarize. Ajay Bhai and Waris Bhai.
Waris Bhai is on record to say they are talking to MVA. But
they
anyway,
can talk. They are going to get nothing.
But anyway, you're close friends. So let me ask you, Waris Pathan. I want to ask you all the statements that have come in the recent times. Yes. When Asaduddin Owaisi Sahab says, Yogi और मोदी तो चले जाएंगे पहाड़ों में, तब तुम्हारा क्या होगा? ये तो uniting statement है ना? Why is Mr. Asaduddin Owaisi, or rather Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi, seeing a divisive statement in what the Prime Minister has said or what Sar Sanchalak Mohan Bhagwat ji has said?
Well, I heard Mohan Bhagwat ji yesterday. I saw his statement. And I want to ask a simple question, Navika. He is a Hindu khatre mein. I fail to understand how Hindu khatre mein hai, kis tarah khatre mein hai, when 80% of the population belongs to the Hindu community. The Prime Minister of the country is a Hindu. The Home Minister of the country is a Hindu. The Defense Minister is a Hindu. The top bureaucrats who are holding good positions, they are all Hindus. So how is Hindu khatre mein? That is the, in fact, it is the jumla. Now I will say who is actually in khatra. These are minorities. The minorities today in the country, since the BJP has come to power in 2014, since that day what we have been seeing is that they have waged a war against the community. They hate our hijab, they hate our food habits, they hate our madrasas, masjids and everything. And now, to be very frank, let me tell you, the Muslims are so much afraid, or you may call it that they are so much tense that they even fail to travel in trains. They are afraid to travel in trains, that if I wear a skull cap or if I am having a beard, I might be mobbed in the name of cow, I might be mobbed in the name of JSR. I will give you an example. Recently, what happened in Maharashtra, where the BJP is in power, the Mahayuti is there in Maharashtra. A family was traveling and somebody just came from behind and just a scratch to his car happened. They just started abusing him in Latur, and when they went at 10 kilometers, that guys went behind them, they bashed them, and unfortunately 2 persons lost their lives. The mother and one son, they died on the spot, Navika. So where are we heading for? Who is spreading this hatred and who is under khatra now? Who is terrified? Not them, but the minorities, because they are spreading hatred every day in and out. Not only that, they said that people go, you abuse the Muslims, abuse Islam, use derogatory words against the Prophet, peace be upon him, and no action against them. Earlier came that Ramgiri, he used derogatory words against our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. No action, he's still roaming out. Maharashtra Chief Minister Shinde Sahib is saying that I will see to it that nobody touches even his hair. The other day, this guy came, Yati Narsingananda came, and he used such kind of words which no Muslim, whether in India or abroad, would even accept those words. Derogatory. Even our Hindu people, they have also said that no, this word he should not have used. Now his only FIR is registered. He is detained. Why no arrest? Why not under the UAP or the NSA? The Constitution speaks about equality. When the Constitution, we have followed the law. For Mufti Salman Azhari, he just read poetry, just ashar. He was arrested, and now his PASA Act is applied on him and he's in Gujarat jail. So why not NSA or UP should be applied on Narsinganan?
Why let me get in Ajay Alok. खतरे में तो minorities हैं, खतरे में तो वारिस पठान साहब, ओवैसी साहब है. Why are Hindus, and who are Hindus facing khatra from? Why is the Prime Minister talking about Hindus uniting, or those who are actually dividing are the people who will celebrate? Or why is Mohan Bhagwat ji actually coming out and saying Hindu khatre mein hai? Please respond to the charges made by Waris Pathan.
Navika ji, first Waris Bhai should explain to me that yes, I do believe, I completely agree to him that minorities are in danger. They are in such kind of a danger by when Swami Yatinanand makes some comments, thousands of Muslim minorities, they start stone pelting the police station, and yet the minority is in danger. In Saharanpur, yesterday we have seen more than 15,000 Muslim minorities taking out morchas, and the whole town is tense, and yet the Muslim minorities is in danger. When we see some derogatory remarks against Prophet were made in France, and there was more than 1 lakh Muslim congregation at Azad Maidan, Mumbai, and yet minorities are in danger. This is what they feed to their people, that minorities are in danger in India. What happened to the essence of this country, what at the time of partition, when in the name of Hindu and Muslim, Hindustan and Pakistan were created, in the name of religion, don't forget that. And who gave that slogan? None other than Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and Nehru supported it. Gandhiji was against it, against the partition, but nobody listened to Gandhi because there was a dire need of becoming the Prime Minister at that point of time by Mr. Nehru. And today there is a dire need of becoming a Prime Minister, or becoming a Chief Minister by the so-called India Alliance leader and their top leader, Rahul Gandhi. Openly they say, Kamal Nath, last Madhya Pradesh election 2018, अरे मुसलमानों को एक भी वोट इधर से उधर गया तो कहाँ जाएगा? Openly they say, it's a Muslim Brotherhood, All India Muslim League is a secular party. And when we say, it started with Yogi Adityanath, with kind of aggression, that Hindu batoge to katoge. Then it came down to calmness, कि अगर हम बटेंगे तो ये हमारी बंटवारे पे ये जश्न मनाएंगे by Prime Minister. And it was finally settled down with the maturity of Mohan Bhagwat, कि हिंदू खतरे में है, सबको यूनाइट होकर रहना चाहिए. Why he says so? What happens in Bangladesh? Waris Bhai won't say any single word about it. Hindu minorities are being pushed out, they are being raped, they are being forcibly made to resign. Is anything happening here in India?
True.
Nothing. But they won't speak about Bangladesh. It's about Muslim Brotherhood. Forget about that. Forget about that. Iran, which they hate, the Sunni Muslims hate. He gives a clarion call, Khomeini, that all Muslims should unite for the single cause of saving Islam. Even our Sunni brothers should come together. They forget the massacre what Iran did in Syria. They forgot. And then here, if somebody says that Hindu khatre mein, let's unite the Hindus because 80% of the population of India is of Hindus, and for Indian security, Hindus is the most required thing. That's what Mohan Bhagwat also said, but he conveniently chose to ignore that. If this country has to be secured, it has to be done by Hindus because we are in majority and we have a responsibility towards our nation.
Well said, and Tehseen Poonawalla, very important point being raised by Ajay Alok, and he's talking about the civilizational existence of Hindus, most of whom live only in India, and you look at what's happening around the world. Around the world, the situation is this. Why would anybody only see it in the context of India? Number one. Number two, the question that I want to ask you. When vote jihad is a terminology used by a Samajwadi Party leader who's the niece of Salman Khurshid, senior Congress leader, a man who's occupied, ministers' positions at external affairs level, law minister of the country, not one statement from the Congress party comes out saying that, oh, this is not the right way to look at it. But if Hindus are given a call to unite, even in a global context, why do India Alliance Party get, so upset and up in arms?
Navika ji, thank you so much for having me on the show. 3 or 4 things. Respected Mohan Bhagwat ji said Hindus should unite because Hindus khatre mein hai. Now, I as a layman want to understand, after 10 years or 11 years of the most powerful man in the universe, Modi ji is Prime Minister, 6 years of Amit Shah ji as Home Minister, and prior to that he was BJP President. After this, if Hindus are still in khatre mein with Yogi ji, Himanta Biswa Sharma ji, Eknath Shinde ji, Fadnavis ji, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, so my appeal via Times Now is, इनको निकालो बाहर. इसके पहले तो हिंदू खतरे में नहीं थे ना 2014 के पहले. ये इनके आने के बाद हिंदू खतरे में आ गए. तो पहले इनको निकालो बाहर, सत्ता से दूर करो. सेकंड चीज, slightly I'll divert but I'll come back to the issue. हिंदू खतरे में है, and I'm coming this for OWC भाई also. मुसलमान खतरे में, कौम खतरे में, तो OWC के बच्चे विदेश जाके पढ़ाई करेंगे. अमित शाह जी, शिवराज सिंह चौहान जी, बीजेपी के नेता के बच्चे विदेश पढ़ेंगे. ये जमीन पे क्यों नहीं उतरते पत्थरबाजी और तलवार लेकर? ये नहीं उतरेंगे, गरीबों को लड़ाएंगे. तीसरी चीज मोहन भागवत जी, हिंदू खतरे में, हिंदू शुड यूनाइट. तो फिर आरएसएस का मुखिया कभी एससी और ओबीसी समाज से क्यों नहीं आता है? वो क्यों सिर्फ एक ही डिवीजन से आते हैं? वो ओबीसी या एससी समाज का व्यक्ति क्यों आरएसएस का मुखिया नहीं बनता है? बिकॉज बोथ आरएसएस एंड ओवैसी आर डूइंग पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ महाराष्ट्र इलेक्शंस. And it does not behove the Prime Minister to use the language he did in the land of Maharashtra. It does not behove the Prime Minister. It did not behove him when he used machi, mutton, Mangal Sutra during the election. And if we compare the Pakistan, I'll answer that.
And Mehboob Ali saying Muslim बढ़ रहे हैं, Muslim बढ़ रहे हैं, हिंदुओं को डर के रहना.
I will agree to that. But if we are going to compare some Mehboob Ali and some Salman Khurshid's niece to the Prime Minister and RSS chief, I think it is disgusting what they said. I don't think it's right. But if you're going to compare Mehboob Ali and Salman Khurshid's niece, whose name I frankly don't know, to what the Prime Minister and the RSS chief are saying,
and Rahul
I think it's
Gandhi
comparing apples.
Checking what is the caste of journalists
we have to check caste census is a must.
Journalists.
Is a must.
No, of journalists. And owners of media houses. Is that a must?
No, what is a must is a caste census which will happen. जिसकी जितनी संख्या बारी उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी होकर रहेगी. कोई रोक सकता तो रोक लो.
Is what I call this. Anand Ranganathan. Are these equivalent comparisons that Tehseen Poonawalla is drawing?
गुड इवनिंग नाविका एंड गुड इवनिंग टू माय फेलो पैनलिस्ट. पहले तो मैं ये बता दूं, वारिस पठान साहब मेरे बड़े जिगरी भाई हैं. एक बार मैंने इनसे कहा, पठान साहब मेरे लिए केस लड़िए. तो उन्होंने कहा, आनंद भाई मैं 10 साल तक खींचूंगा एक केस. मैंने कहा क्यों? कहने लगे उससे कमाई भी होगी और वैसे भी मैं डिबेट भी 10 साल तक खींचता हूं. इनका ये मुस्लिम्स इन डेंजर, खतरे में 10 साल से ये चले आ रहे हैं. इनमें मतलब मुस्लिम्स खतरे में तब नहीं आते जब कोई नसरल्ला टेररिस्ट मरता है बाहर, जिसका पॉइंट भी नहीं कर सकते कौन था, कौन से देश का था, लेकिन लाखों सड़कों पे उमड़ गए कि नसरल्ला जिंदाबाद, नसरल्ला जिंदाबाद, तब मुस्लिम खतरे में नहीं है. बहरहाल ये डिबेट नाविका 10 साल से चल रही है. लेट मी कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द क्वेश्चन यू आस्क्ड. And I want to address it because it's a very important point. Tehseen has also made some very important points. Look, Navika, I don't doubt Dr. Mohan Bhagwat's sincerity in what he said. I really don't. And in what he said, he's actually correct. If Hindus are divided, Hindus will be destroyed. Navika, the history of our civilization has proved this time and again. What are we talking about? Let me illustrate this not with a historical example of which there are dozens, but a contemporary example. Remember how Indian Muslims united and indulged in Azad Maidan protests and riots to force the Indian government to take in Muslim Rohingya refugees from Myanmar? Well, it resulted in us taking in 40,000 Rohingya Muslim refugees. It is another matter that no one from the Indian Muslim community ever united to force the Indian government to settle 7 lakh Kashmiri Hindus who were driven out from their own homes. Anyhow, all Hindus remember Azad Maidan. I do, you do, everyone does. But do we remember Khamong Sheikh? We don't. It is a place in Myanmar where Muslim Rohingyas murdered more than 100 Hindus and their families mercilessly, raped, pillaged, even buried some alive. Many among those Rohingya Muslims who committed this atrocity might right now be in India as refugees. But as I said, no Hindu ever came out to talk about Khamong Sheikh. All we do is get jealous of Indian Muslims uniting for Rohingya Muslims or Palestinian Muslims or Gaza Muslims or Lebanese Muslims. Navika, if you are jealous of someone else's unity, it means you are divided. So our fate is sealed. But then I ask, this is important. I asked Mohan Bhagwat ji, was the Kashmiri Hindu genocide in Kashmir because of Hindu disunity? Fact is, jab Hindu bate nahi bhi hai, तब भी कटे हैं मोहन भगवत जी. Simple truth is, Hindus united to choose a government that promised to work for their interests, not once, not twice, but thrice. But what has the government done except give patronizing lectures? Has this BJP government constructed detention centers this side of the Indo-Bangladesh border to allow persecuted Hindus fleeing the genocide in Bangladesh and standing in chest-high waters pleading to be let in? Has constitutional, legal, educational, social discrimination against the Hindus ended? Far from it. Has the BJP government removed exclusive state control on 1 lakh Hindu temples, something that would have allowed Hindus to construct thousands of Hindu schools and hospitals to prevent lakhs of Hindus leaving the fold of Hinduism in the face of incentives given by other religions? No. Has the BJP government decoupled RT from the 93rd Amendment that forces only Hindu-run schools to give EWS reservation, something that has resulted in thousands of only Hindu schools to be shut down? No. Has this BJP government abrogated the draconian Waqf Act that has reserved thousands of acres of Hindu land, including a temple that is 1500 years old? No. Has this BJP government abrogated the Place of Worship Act that bars only Hindus to reclaim their demolished temples? No.
True.
Has this BJP government resettled 7 lakh Kashmiri Hindus? 30 seconds. Navika, 30 seconds. Please, I beg you. Yes. Congress is anti-Hindu. We know that. The responsibility of communal peace rests on the majority community, that is the Hindus. If there is a breach of this peace, I would start with the presumption that it has been caused by Hindu communal elements. Who said this? Jawaharlal Nehru. So we know they have a history of being Hindu-phobic. But the point is, question is to you, Modi ji and Bhagwat ji and the BJP. Why are Hindus who united to put you in power 3 times still being destroyed?
That's the question. Oh, I'm coming to you. No, this is a tough. This is a tough question for Ajay Alok to answer.
And I want to fact check on that.
What's the fact check?
Anand said the Rohingya population is 40,000 plus. I agree with him. On August 9th, Times of India, Kiran Rijiju said it was 10,500 in 2014. So if 30,000 have come in, who's responsible? Add that also to Ajay Alok. This government's letting Rohingya Muslims, not the Congress.
All right.
But you'll conveniently let that out.
Ajay Alok, please respond. The point is that you've been in power for 11 years. What have you done for uniting Hindus is the question Anand Ranganathan is asking.
Anand Ranganathan, in a way, he's quite correct. I don't regret that. I don't refute him. But let me tell you, the whole concept of enlightening the Hindu sentiments, the idea of being Hindu is propagated, it's propelled, and it's emphasized during this last 10 years that we have started realizing that we are Hindus and this country and this land belongs to us. Otherwise, we were treated like a second-hand citizen, Mr. Anand Ranganathan, for the last 75 years. It's during Mr. Modi's regime that the pride of being Hindu is being enlightened. And that's why today there's a call. That's why today Anand Ranganathan can raise this issue, what Modi's government is doing. What Anand Ranganathan was doing for the last 60 years, and people like you. When open appeasement took place, everybody was quiet. When Shabana case took place, everybody was quiet. Nobody raised the question except for the BJP at that point of time also. And today also, all these things, everything cannot be done at the knee-jerk reaction. One has to take the legal recourse of this country according to the Constitution. What you're saying, Places of Worship Act, what you're saying, the temple being controlled by the government of India, what you're talking, the temple should be given autonomous control, everything will take place, but one after the other in a systematic manner. It's not like a knee-jerk reaction that we are in the power and we should do one after thing or other. There will be a chaos and there will be chaos. Look at imagine the scale, the things which have been done in the last 10 years.
Well,
for that only they have this India Alliance and the other people, the other ecosystem, and the ecosystem of the world has created a hell out of it. And what the kind of measures you're suggesting, if everything could have been done at a knee jerk, just imagine what would have happened to the country.
The question tonight is that were Hindus being treated as second-class citizens in their own country prior to 2014? And Vivek Srivastava, I want to ask you that question. And that is the question on which the unity of the India Alliance actually comes. Kya hai? All of us will get our regional caste votes together. All of us will get the minority votes together, because all that we want to do is keep the BJP out. So the premise is only that Hindu votes consolidation behind the BJP and behind Prime Minister Narendra Modi has to be stalled at all costs. What does that make the India Alliance? Doesn't it make it anti-Hindu? And this, getting the vote jihad in place, isn't this pro-Muslim appeasement politics that is being carried out and the only principle on which the India Alliance has come together?
India Alliance is consolidation of India, the idea of India and Indians as a whole. And India Alliance doesn't want to consolidate on the basis of religion or caste, like the RSS and BJP wants to do. Mr. Mohan Bhagwat is highly rattled. He's rattled because tomorrow both the election results of Haryana and of Kashmir are not going to go the BJP way. And mass Hindu Samaj reject karega Haryana or Kashmir mein, khaskar Jammu mein kal. And that is why the RSS doesn't know what to do. The Hindu Samaj have also rejected the divisive politics of the RSS and the Sangh. The girls who were fighting, the wrestler girls, वो कुश्ती वाली लड़कियां, they were not Hindus. 65,000 women, cases of women atrocities in UP, they are not Hindus. Mr. Mohan Bhagwat, why didn't he come to Jantar Mantar and stand with Vinesh Fogart? She was not a Hindu. So all this loose talk of Hindu consolidation and showing that the Hindus are in danger, exploitation of Hindus by Hindus for 70 years, all this is rejected. Indians are progressive, Hindus are progressive, and the Hindus and the Muslims are going to march hand in hand and take India forward. Anand Ranganathan जितना मर्जी rant कर ले, मोहन भागवत जितना मर्जी भाषण दे दे, अब इनके rejection, the beginning of the end has started. Your same logic of Hindu खतरे में, even at the time of Mughals,
beginning
Hindu
of
was
the
not
end.
in khatra.
Beginning of the end has
Hindu was
started.
not in khatra.
Very, very serious words, Vivek Srivastava. What do you mean by beginning of the end? आप कह रहे हैं कि हिंदुओं का beginning of the end has started because BJP's numbers have started to come down. Anand Ranganathan, but that is not divisive. That is unifying the country together. Beginning of the end for Hindus.
Navika, I just want to ask a very simple question to my good friend Vivek.
BJP and the RSS.
Vivek, I didn't interrupt
for
you.
Hindus.
I didn't interrupt you. And tomorrow, yes, the BJP is going to get a shock defeat in Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana, and the communists are going to win a landslide. So Vivek is right there. Both Haryana में इनको landslide मिलने वाली है और जम्मू कश्मीर में भी, जैसे देश में मिली है. But I want to ask a very simple question to Vivek. Vivek, was Nasrallah a terrorist, and was it right for lakhs of Kashmiri Muslims to march in his remembrance? Yes or no? ज्यादा इधर उधर की बात मत करो, हाँ या ना में जवाब दो.
I think you no. Yes, हाँ या ना में जवाब देने का आपको बड़ा शौक है, तो थोड़ा सा 10 सेकंड सुन लीजिए आप मेरी बात को. हिजबुल्लाह, सर सुनिए पहले अब आप.
Was he a terrorist? Yes or no?
10 सेकंड दीजिए मुझको. आप 10 सेकंड दीजिए, उत्तर लीजिए.
Okay, 10 सेकंड में बताइए, was he a terrorist or not?
आंसर ही नहीं है.
Was he a terrorist or not? In 10 seconds, please answer.
हाँ, please, 10 seconds.
Okay, your time starts now.
Yes, Hezbollah is a political entity participating in the political process in Lebanon, just like Netanyahu's party participates in Israel. Either they are both terrorists or none is a terrorist. Either Netanyahu and Nasrallah both are terrorists, or none is a terrorist.
Political entity. Nasrallah is a political entity. Waris Pathan, Nasrallah is a political entity. Is Nasrallah a political entity? Please tell me, Waris Pathan, where do you stand on that?
Well,
in Lebanon, yes, Hezbollah is a political entity.
Well, Navika, I'll answer to your question, but I was listening to my good friend Ajay Alok. Anand Ranganathan today totally lost in the debate, and I would request him to send me the Mysore Park, which till now he has not sent me. Even I heard Tehsin, so I would like to reply all three, and I'll come back to your question as well. Ajay Alok spoke about France, he took name of Bangladesh, he spoke about Iran, Tehran, everything. He forgot to mention Palestine. Why? In Palestine, lakhs of people have been killed, genocide took place, people are homeless, Israel has attacked them with all kinds of facilities, small children, infants have been massacred, genocide took place. They won't say anything about that, though our country stands with Palestine. Mahatma Gandhi to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, everybody stood with Palestine, even Jai Shankar stood with Palestine. We even sent aid to them, but they won't stand with Palestine, they will stand with Israel. Why? The reason being, because Palestine Musalman hai. That is why I say the hatred which they have inculcated in the minds of the people of the country, that is clearly shown, and now they say that Hindu khatre mein.
Ajay Alok, rapid fire with Waris Pathan. I'm coming to you, Anand.
Ajay Alok, why did you not name Palestine?
I would just like to remind him, Waris bhai, I'm coming to Palestine. I'm coming to Palestine.
The country is standing with Palestine. Country is standing with Palestine. What is your stand? Tell us. Whether you are with the country or whether you are with Israel. Let us know that from you.
The country. अब सुन तो लीजिए या आप नहीं आवाज सुनते रहिएगा, सुनिए ना. The country is standing with Palestine, not from today, but from the long time. And we have always recognized Palestine as a good friend, and we have to maintain the relation with Israel also. Yes. And we have always stood for non-violence. What was done by Hamas was absolutely rejected by us. It was criticized, condemned by us. Because that triggered the violence. That triggered the violence. We have to understand that. No, please don't talk in between now. I never spoke in between. I never speak in between. So you don't interrupt me. What triggered the violence was the attack by Hamas. Was it required? Now give me one answer. Now give me one answer. If Hamas lays down the weapon or Hezbollah lays down the weapon and Iran says I won't interfere, the whole war will come to an end within an hour. You also know this. But if Israel lays down the weapon and says, okay, I don't want to fight, will Israel survive?
I heard, no, allow me to make my... allow a rebuttal, sir. No, I just want to clarify.
That's what Anand was saying.
At least tell me, is Nasser Allah a terrorist or not? Is Nasser Allah a terrorist or not, Waris Pathan?
No, allow me. If somebody enters your territory and if you defend yourself, is it a terrorist? They are taking active part in politics. They are in elections.
What about Anand Ranganathan?
Is defending somebody.
पठान साहब ये देख पठान साहब ये गलत बात है.
Do I become a terrorist? If somebody tomorrow attacks us and if I go and defend it, do I become a terrorist? Do I become a terrorist? Do you mean to say that I should not defend myself and I should just go and
you are not a terrorist. आप तो जय फिलिस्तीन अपना oath taking में करते हो. Anand Ranganathan.
All kind of terrorists. We call it, yes, I say.
Patan sahab, this is asset debate.
Even I say now. Anand, allow me. Anand just took the entire debate to Rohingyas. Anand is a Hindu in Khatra in India. Allow, tell me, how is it Khatra? क्या डेंजर है हमारे हिंदू भाइयों को?
Anand is responding. Anand, he is not ceding any space to you because he is still waiting for his Mysore Park. But please respond. Please respond.
मैं सोचता था वारिस पठान साहब
today immediately.
पठान साहब ये गलत है. देखिए पठान साहब डायबिटिक हैं, आप ज्यादा शुगर फ्री वाला भेज दूंगा. देखिए मैं सोचता था कि पठान साहब बोल नहीं पाते, ये सुन भी नहीं पाते अनफॉर्चुनेटली. मैंने जब 4 मिनट लगाया मैंने 5-6 चीजें बताई हैं जिससे हिंदू खतरे में है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली. लेकिन नाविका मुझे 30 सेकंड दीजिए, बहुत जरूरी है. अभी मैं दूध का दूध पानी का पानी करता हूं. ये कभी नहीं बोलेंगे कम्युनिस्ट और पठान साहब दोनों कि नसरल्ला कौन था, हमास कौन है. वो रहने दीजिए, नहीं वो तो हमें पता है. मैं इनसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं पठान साहब, आपको हमारी दोस्ती की कसम ये बताइए मुइजू कौन है? पठान साहब, हु इज मुइजू?
देखिए
गूगल मत करिए.
मोइजू हो या नसरल्ला हो, जो भी अपने आप को डिफेंड कर रहा है, आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे. आप मुझे एक सवाल का जवाब दो ना, नेतन्याहू टेररिस्ट है या नहीं है? जिसने मास जेनोसाइड कर लिया उसको आप क्या खिताब देंगे बताइए? उसको आप क्या खिताब देंगे? अरे नेतन्याहू, बेंजामिन नेतन्याहू, जिसने मास डिस्ट्रक्शन कर दिया,
इनको टेररिस्ट लगता है. नासिर अल्लाह टेररिस्ट नहीं लगता. देयर इट इज आनंद रंगनाथन, देयर इट इज.
आप उसको टेररिस्ट बोलोगे, क्या बोलोगे? चलिए बताइए. How do I call other person a terrorist? He is the biggest. He has committed genocide and killed hundreds and
Anand Ranganathan.
He is, because of him today the country is. Because of him the entire world today is facing what is going on.
All right, Anand Ranganathan, respond. Ajay Alok coming to you.
देखिए मैंने इसीलिए हमास या हिजबुल्लाह का नाम नहीं लिया, मुझे पता इनका स्टैंड क्या है. मैंने मोइजू पूछा, ये सोच रहे हैं मोइजू टेररिस्ट है. अरे भाई, मोइजू इज द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ मालदीव्स. वो अभी इंडिया में आए हुए हैं और उन्होंने मोदी को इतनी गालियां दी, उसके बावजूद हम उनसे झपड़ी पा रहे हैं. दिस इज हाउ मोदी ट्रीट्स मुस्लिम्स.
आपने तो जब उनको घोषित कर दिया था, आपने तो मालदीव्स को बॉयकॉट कर दिया था. जब आपने तो मालदीव्स को बॉयकॉट कर दिया था और आज उसकी
लाइन पे आ गए.
आपने तो मालदीव्स को बॉयकॉट कर दिया था. आपने बोल दिया फिल्म की शूटिंग में नहीं करना चाहिए वहां पर. आपकी वजह से पूरे ट्रैवल एजेंट का नुकसान हो गया था, टूरिस्ट का नुकसान हो गया था. अभी आप उसकी मेहमान नवाजी कर रहे हो. सर,
ट्रैवल बिजनेस का नुकसान नजर आ रहा है, हिंदुओं का नुकसान नजर ही नहीं आता.
जाएंगे मालदीव्स, आनंद रंगनाथन भी जाएंगे मालदीव्स. मुझे भी लेके चलना साथ में.
See, Navika, you can't expect Waris Bhai. No, you can't expect Waris Bhai to keep on thinking about travel agency. I am sure he's not running one. But anyway, we have shown the place where Maldives deserves. If Maldives will speak against India, and an Indian Prime Minister will show him the door. And if he comes to us, yes, we will welcome him like a superb guest, like what we did today. This is kind of Modi diplomacy. Anyway, you will take time to learn.
He's the guest.
I like to expose here Mr. Vivek and Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla. Tehseen Poonawalla said that yes, caste census is a must. We must do caste census. जाति एक सच्चाई है, जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उतनी उसकी हिस्सेदारी है. Vivek ji said, we don't believe in caste and religion. Who is correct? And it's the beginning of the end of BJP politics of Hinduism. Vivek ji said, who is correct? Tehseen or Vivek?
No.
And secondly,
he's saying he
Mr.
doesn't
Tehseen
believe
Poonawalla,
in
No, both saying the same
caste.
thing. But both saying the
Please
same
tell
thing.
which caste does Rahul Gandhi belongs to, and which religion does Rahul Gandhi belongs to,
Rahul Gandhi ji is a genuine
and which religion does Rahul Gandhi belongs to. Again, I'm asking,
he's a-
where is specific?
शिवभक्त जनेऊधारी
राहुल
ब्राह्मण,
गांधी
ये तो
not even a
पता है
Hindu.
आपको,
How can
ये
he
तो
be
पता
Hindu?
है आपको.
Called Brahmin. What is the question?
कहाँ
What is it?
से मदर पारसी, फादर
I will
मदर
explain
ईसाई,
this to
फादर
you.
पारसी,
Let
राहुल
me
गांधी
take
बन गए
10
हिंदू.
seconds to explain. Thank
This
you
is
for
the
bringing this up.
diplomacy. This is hypocrisy.
No, it's not hypocrisy.
Height of
If
hypocrisy.
only you would have,
But
if
you are so
only
much
the
ashamed
BJP
that you
would
cannot
study
believe your
religion.
grandfather
10 seconds, I
great.
will finish my question.
Firoz
It's not.
Gandhi.
10 seconds only.
It's not. This is not a personal debate about Rahul Gandhi's religion or caste.
Firoz
But
Gandhi
since you
की
raised the
तरफ
question,
नहीं
Ajay
जाते
bhai,
हैं,
let
ये
me
ashamed
answer
हैं.
it. Let me answer it since you raised the
This is the
question.
problem with them.
Let me answer it. You raised the question, I'll answer it.
हिस्सेदारी.
10 seconds I'll take to answer
Tehseen,
it.
just 10 seconds. Just listen
I'll
to the
just
question.
Okay, आप बोल दीजिए फिर I'll say. बोलिए वारिस भाई.
अरे तहसीन फर्स्ट
बोलिए बोलिए आपको मॉलडीव के बीचेस पे भी जाना है, बोलिए.
तहसीन अभी आपने कहा कि नहीं आपने स्टार्टिंग में भी मेरे को बोला ये बीटी में इसका फायदा उसको होगा इसको होगा, तो मैं आपको एक सवाल पूछ रहा हूं. अभी आपने कहा जिसकी जितनी संख्या भारी उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी का कांग्रेस का मोटो है, सेक्युलर लोग का मोटो है, बराबर है.
Correct.
अब महाराष्ट्र के अंदर 48 सीट थी लोकसभा की, 48 एक भी मुसलमान को आपने दिया क्या? अगर संख्या के हिसाब से आप देखो तो कम से कम आपको 13 मुस्लिम कैंडिडेट को टिकट देना चाहिए था, क्यों नहीं दिया आपने? चलिए बताओ मेरे को, सवाल करो. क्या मुसलमान केपेबल नहीं है कोई इलेक्शन लड़ने के लिए? तो फिर आप क्यों जुमलेबाजी कर रहे हो? मुसलमान के वोट आपको चाहिए 90%, मगर करना कुछ नहीं है, पॉलिटिकल एम्पावरमेंट भी नहीं करना है. तो मेरी बात का जवाब दो, संख्या के हिसाब से 13 मुस्लिम मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट को टिकट देना चाहिए था या नहीं कैंडिडेट को?
No, let's not divert the topic. आपको अंदर घुसना है कांग्रेस पार्टी की अलायंस में, तो बाहर debate that separately. The question tonight is, Rahul Gandhi wants caste census. Why did Nehru block it for so long? Why did Indira Gandhi block it for so long? And isn't this the hypocrisy? Just because you want to keep the BJP out, now you suddenly realize regional parties are important. You realize that, divide the Hindu vote into various castes, only then you can defeat. Tehseen Poonawalla, it is as clear as day that so long as the BJP had consolidated the Hindus, you were in problem, as in the Congress party and regional parties were in problem. And now the only way you can keep them, keep the BJP out, is to divide and do the caste politics.
I'll answer your question
and do your vote jihad.
in less than 1 minute with 2 examples. The tribal president of India, the highest post of our country, she was not invited to the inauguration of the parliament.
You never appointed
and the OBC, the first tribal speaker was Congress, the first tribal chief minister was Congress. The OBC,
Not a president,
the ex-OBC,
not a president,
the first
not the highest,
the Dalit
not
president,
the highest.
first Dalit president was Congress, which Kangana Ranaut didn't know. And BJP
Tribal, we are talking
BJP
tribal,
opposed
mind you.
K. Sangma as
Why do you
speaker.
change the
BJP
goalpost?
opposed K. Sangma as speaker. BJP is anti-tribal. But let me come to the second thing. An ex-chief minister from the OBC community, when he left his official house, घर का शुद्धिकरण हुआ. These people after 75 years are still castes, and therefore to remove these ills, we have to do it. Why does the RSS not have a SC, ST or OBC chief? That's the question.
Keep talking about the same thing. Don't look at your own record. I'll give you the last word. I'll give you the last word, Ajay Alok. 30 seconds.
Thank you.
I wanted to explain
Thank you,
how
Navika. Thank you.
Okay.
I just want to say one thing, that yes, Hindus are in danger if we don't.
Yes,
Hindus
please.
are in danger if they don't unite globally. And not to forget, we have 1.3 billion Hindus all around the globe, and if we unite and we stay together, no one can think that we are going to extinct and it's the beginning of the end. So better you mind your language before speaking such words, Mr. Vivek. And as it is, from an atheist, I don't want to listen preachings about Hindutva.
Well, let's leave it at that, but also the question of why certain states cannot protect even Hindu festivals. That is a question that many will ask, whether it is Rajasthan, whether it is Bengal, Why does stone pelting even happen on Hindu religions? Isn't that a question that people should be answering? We leave the debate at that, but clearly the cat amongst the pigeons has been said. Will it be only to the end of elections, or is this a clarion call beyond elections and at the civilizational level? That's the question we also ask the BJP tonight. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my guests and panelists joining me on debate number 1.